It is day 3 of my 31 uploads in 31 days. And I'm going to teach you guys how I made this 34-inch Super Mario cutout using the Cricut Venture. Get our file for us to cut Mario. Now, I've had this file for a few years, so I don't remember where I purchased it. I couldn't even find the receipt for it on Etsy. But I came into Etsy, and there's a whole bunch of different Mario files. And this one here is the closest one, and it's only $1.75. I'll put the link in the description also. So you're going to purchase your file, download it, and then we're going to head over into Design Space. So now once we're in Design Space, you're going to go onto the canvas. We have our blank canvas. You're going to click on Uploads right here on the left side. You're going to click Upload Image, Browse, and then you would go to your downloads and download that file that you just purchased. I already have one, so I'm just going to go back, come back here. Go to view all my files and just search for my Mario. And this is the one here. When I'm going to add to canvas and view my canvas. All right, so we have our file. The first thing you want to look at is the size. So the size that I did the width in 25 inches. Now it's going to be distorted because this is unlocked and the height didn't automatically change. It stays the same, but we're going to change that height to 34 inches. And then we're going to lock that settings. I'm going to minimize the screen so we can see exactly what we're doing, right? So now we have it at the size that we want. Then no matter what mat you're using, why did this unlock again? I'm going to be using the Cricut Venture. So we're going to bring in a square to represent your mat size. So you go to Shapes, get a square here. And this width is 25, so we just want, it doesn't even matter the size, just get a square. Doesn't even matter, right? We're going to size it to be a little bigger so we can slice Mario. So the first thing you want to do, you want to ungroup. You can right click and choose ungroup, or over here on the panel, the layers panel, these two squares right here, that's ungroup as well. So any way that you choose, that's how we're going to do it. Now you're going to move everything over. Now with this file, they have all the colors separated, which is really good. So when you send to Matt, they're not going to take up that much space. It's going to be as close together as possible. Now, we don't need to move everybody one by one. We just really need the back layer right here. See that, baby? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to make this square a little bit smaller. Because this is larger than my mat, but I know the width is the right size for my mat, it'll fit, so I don't have to do anything. But the height is taller than the mat. So we're going to get a square. We're going to open it up a little bit wider, and we're going to basically cut this in half. So we're going to lay it right here. You're going to highlight these two layers, and then you're going to go down to the bottom right and click Slice. You're going to get rid of that gray, get rid of that gray one. Now highlight these two, and then we're going to group it together. You can right click and group it, or the squares any way that you want. That's just holding it together, so as we move it, the pieces are still together, right? So now go to the top here where it says Arrange, and we're going to send this to the back because we don't want it on top, so we could do our design. You're going to lay it right back where it needs to be. And we're going to put our little red pieces just in place just to keep it together, right? Just put everybody together. And that's it. Highlight all. You're going to group it back together just to keep everything in place. Then before you do anything, save the name of this project. Save your project. So let's do Mario large cutout. Save. Then you choose the machine you're using. We're going to choose the Cricut Venture. Now, oh, you know what I wanted to tell you guys? if you don't have a Venture or the larger cutting machine, and you're using let me get the square for you. You're using the regular Cricut. You're going to get your square, change this to 11.5 inches. I don't know why I keep hitting the screen. Change it to 11.5 inches. This is going to represent the average Cricut mat. So you're going to go in. Let me just get that. I just want to open this layers panel. This right here. I'm going to make a duplicate of that black layer. Remember we had those two pieces that we sliced? I'm going to just weld that back together just to show you. Now you're going to have to cut this into pieces to fit this mat. So let's say you cut off the foot piece. You're going to need multiple squares. Also, this requires more work putting back together. So we'll slant this like this. I'm not cutting this today on it, but I just wanted to show you just in case you don't own a Cricut Venture, you have a regular Cricut size. So you're going to highlight and then you're going to slice. Take away the gray ones and keep this one. So now this is going to cut on one mat. Let's say you're going to have to basically play Tetris, right? You want to cut this part. Decide where you want to put them together. I don't like putting it right on the edge there. Like give it a little space because you have to think. So we're going to slice. Again, get rid of that. Delete. Keeping the black part. Delete. So now you have this. Going to, and then you have to make sure it could fit. It actually fits exact. So you're going to slice it. Get rid of that. So you're going to continue this process for all the pieces. And you see how many mats you're going to be cutting with a 12 by 12. Why am I getting like tongue-tied? 12 by 12 piece of cardstock, right? Now this is where you're really going to be playing Tetris. Like, oh my goodness. I need more squares. Get rid of these, get rid of these. Let's bring another 11.5. So it's going to be a lot of work. And that's more lines that you will have to, cover up. So, think about that too. But y'all get what I'm saying. Anyway, I'm not going to do it all. Just slice it all up. And then once they cut on your 12 by 12, then you would have to piece it together if you don't have a large cutting machine. So I just want to show you that part. All right. Then you choose your Venture. You're going to click on Make. Now this represents the Venture mat. And you have all of your pieces. You see that? Again, I said with cutting with the Venture, but also cutting with the large cardstock. If you have large cardstock. If you do not have large cardstock, you only have 12 by 12, leave this right here. Line up your 12 by 12 on the mat close together, and then it'll cut out in pieces and you'll have to glue it together. So this is where all our stuff are. Now, let me show you this right here. If you're using 12 by 12 cardstock for the color pieces, also, you want to move these little pieces from the middle. Because you're going to line up your cardstock. It's going to hit, you see the 12 right here? And then down this white line. If you have this piece going across the white line, it's going to get cut right in half because the paper is separated there. So you want to make sure everything is on one side so that it gets cut with each piece of cardstock. See that? Go to the pink. This is all they have for the pink. Mario's face. It fits for a 12 by 12. Your blue, same thing. This here, see? It's hit right down that middle line. Move it over. Make sure everything is separated. What color didn't I? The white. Same for the white. But you're going to organize it. The black, I have the large paper. To make sure that nothing hits that middle line. Oh, wait. Brown. You gotta move it. These are for the shoes and stuff, you know. So, and also you can turn these any way that you want to fit them in closer, however you want to do. Just line them. You see how this went over the 12-inch mark here? You want to keep it within for your 12 by 12 cardstock. You're gonna continue. At the moment, I don't even have the Venture plugged in. Lord, Father God. But we're going to use heavy cardstock. The 100 and I think is 100 or 110 pound cardstock setting. We're going to cut each piece and then put them all together. Now that all of that is done, we're going to take our extra large cardstock, which comes from Cricut.com, and lay it on the mat. I'm just trying to get it like perfectly centered and aligned with the mat itself. I use my hand to like press it down a little bit, and then I come in with the brayer. As you can see, I had to speed it up just to make sure it's sticking to the mat because I'm not using a brand new mat. Now, the handle that you're seeing on that left side, you want to make sure that's up when you feed your mat into the Venture. You press it down, then it is ready to go. You're going to press the play button or load button first and the play button. Then it cuts, and remember we did half and half. So I'm just peeling that piece off, and you see our top half of Mario? We're looking good. We're looking good. Go ahead now, Mario. Look at him. That's right. Just make sure you're very careful when you're peeling it off. So I'm going to take it back over to the desk and just bend. Take your time, though. Take your time. You don't want to rip any, especially when it comes to the end, that flat, straight end where it was sliced. You don't want to mess that up because we got to put it together, and they need to be as close as possible. So now I'm putting back on the second black cardstock piece. Same process, just pressing it down with the brayer. Feed it into the Cricut Venture. Then we're going to cut it off. Same thing, nothing new. Just like with our regular Cricut, just with the Venture, it's on a larger scale. You get what I'm saying? So I put it to cut. Then we let it do its thing. And after this layer, I decided to give you a little close-up view there. We're going to move on to our other colors. Now, with the other colors, remember, we didn't need like the large paper. So you're going to line them up from the bottom. It's not the top. And you'll see it when you send the machine, like I showed you guys earlier. Line up from the bottom. Then you load it into the machine, get all your pieces cut, and let's go. So when I have to attach them, what I do is I get a piece of cardstock on the bottom. So I'm using the scraps from the same cut. I'm just going to cut off a piece I want. It needs to be just a little bit longer than Mario. So just a little bit out to make sure. So just about here. And then when you're done, if you want to put it on a piece of foam board, it makes it even more sturdier. I'm not putting it on foam board. All right, so I'm going to use this glue for now. Is it? Because I ain't got nothing else. So I'm going to flip it over on the back piece, and on the lower bottom is where I'm going to put all the glue. And you want it close to the edge. Oh, I didn't want it to get on the front. So and then lay it onto my piece right here. So basically I just glued the top piece onto the strip. So on the line itself, right here is where the glue is gonna go. Directly close to that edge, because you want them to be glued together. And I'm just gonna fill this whole area up. Right along that edge. Then you're gonna take it and line it right on up with that piece all the way up to the line. Try to make sure it's So now it's one big piece. This piece here, I'm just going to trim it off along the design of Mario. So now what you want to do is you want to lay all of your cut pieces in place before you glue anything together. Lay them out, make sure they're going in the correct space. Then what I do with the smaller pieces, I get like a tweezer. This is like my Cricut tool, and I pick them up and then glue them one by one. I started with the mouth just for those little pieces because those move around and, you know, will get in your way. So I do those first and then go in one piece at a time and glue them all down. And look at that. Let me know what you think about this project. Don't forget to subscribe if you aren't. Like, comment, share, you know, all that good stuff. And come back tomorrow for our next upload.